Hey everyone, and welcome. I want to share with you about July 6, 2025. We're going to have Venus in Gemini forming this really powerful harmonious alignment with Saturn, Neptune, and Pluto. It's a beautiful cosmic portal between our heart, our mind, with dreams and reality. So this is a powerful invitation that calls you to deepen your love, to awaken creativity, to transform how do you connect, how do you express, and how do you commit. It's not just going to be a moment. We are now pushing through this multidimensional turning point of beauty and structure, of soul and truth. I'm your astrologer, Patricia Tate. I specialize in traditional Western and evolutionary astrology. If you are new here, you can find more about my offerings at willowgracemystic.com. I am so excited to share this astrology forecast with you, and thank you for liking and subscribing and for sharing your journey with me. So on July 6, 2025, we have the planets, the sky, the universe, offering us this beautiful and harmonious alignment with Venus, and she is in the sign of Gemini, and it forms the series of powerful aspects to Saturn and Neptune, both in the sign of Aries, and Pluto in Aquarius. So the universe is literally creating this dialogue between love, structure, soul, and our evolution, our transformation. This is not about a fleeting moment. We are starting something now that will continue on into the fall. And so each planet, it brings its own voice to the table. We have Venus, it speaks of our connection and our value. Saturn offers grounded growth, and Neptune, it whispers about the divine inspiration. And Pluto is always here to deliver profound change. So together, they're all working together to weave a portal of insight and intimacy, one that calls each of us to explore love, creativity, and expression through the lens of both lightness and depth. So I want to break this down by planet. I want to start with Venus. Venus is in the sign of Gemini. Remember, Venus is the planet of love and beauty and pleasure and value. And in the sign of Gemini, this is where our love language, it becomes language. It becomes a connection that thrives through dialogue, through mental stimulation, through variety. Here in Gemini, Venus is less concerned with permanence and more intrigued by exploration. She flirts with ideas, she dances through conversations, and she seeks to learn through how we relate to other people. In Gemini, Venus expresses affection through our words, our wit, our shared thoughts, the way that we communicate with other people. There's this lightness here that brings about like a social breeze that encourages us trying on new personas or exploring the many facets of what we desire. Venus in Gemini, this is the lover who sends poetry in texts, or the friend who shows up with a clever joke or something to lighten and brighten your day. It's the artist whose creation sparks these layers of meaning. Yet under the surface, there's this mythical call, because Gemini is the sign of the twins. It's duality. It's the symbol of reflection and integration. Venus here asks, can you hold more than one truth at once? Can you fall in love with the mind before you fall in love with the form? And then we add in the harmonious aspect with Saturn in Aries. So we have Saturn and Neptune here, both in the fiery sign of Aries. And so this is like our commitment, it now meets curiosity. Our play, it now meets purpose. Remember that Saturn is the planet of time. It's responsibility. It is structure. It has the rings around it. It's like the fence around your yard. It's bold in the independent sign of Aries. It's where it carves out these new beginnings with fierce determination of Aries energy. This placement, it really invites you to take ownership of your own identity, to become the authority of your own life. And then we also have Venus in Gemini, forming this harmonious aspect here, and it's adding this layer of lighthearted flirtation, because Venus now gets the grounding wire, because Saturn is an earth sign. Our conversations that begin like light and flirty, they can also then lead into serious. This is a really beautiful time to anchor the connection as a way of inviting or invention to begin building something romantic or artistic or financial that has lasting potential. That's what Saturn brings. This energy brings us moments of clarity around your values, your personal relationships, these conversations that feel both exciting and substantial. There's this desire to make a long-term plan, whether it's in love or whether it's in a creative project. Because Saturn, with the rings around it, it adds this layers that teaches us that pleasure, it doesn't just always come with freedom alone. It can be found in devotion and discipline. Venus and Saturn together, they're now adding a layer of, what are you willing to work for? Not just want. The lesson is that true freedom, it requires structure. That's what Saturn wants to bring. And then I want to add in another layer, because we also have Neptune here. I love Neptune. Neptune is in this harmonious aspect. It gives us the vibes of poetry in motion, beauty with fire, where our soul speaks in these harmonious syllables. Neptune is the planet of our dreams, of compassion, of the transcendence. And in the sign of Aries, Neptune invites this spiritual pioneering, because remember, Aries wants to initiate. And so it's the courage to chase after your divine visions, to heal through action, fearless action. That's what Aries energy is. This is a placement that is challenging at times, because it's capable of bringing divine love into bold new territory. It's just needing to risk in order to get there. Venus in Gemini is forming a sextile here. So it's a harmonious aspect, and it's asking the energy that has this magical resonance within our conversations, that they now feel like poetry, almost telepathic, like I'm thinking something, you're thinking something. And sometimes our words, they have these meanings that we can connect to each other without having to say them. It's feel them. And so this time the veil is going to be thin. There's this opening for empathy or imagination or artistry. There's this romantic energy exchange that carries softness and a sense of timelessness. We can expect invitations to write, to paint, to dance, to dream. It's just tap into what do we want, need, and feel. There can be this romantic moment that just feels like destiny, like you were meant to meet this person. There can be healing through gentle words or quiet presence, because Venus likes to bring people, places, and things together. Remember that Neptune, it can dissolve ego. Venus, it wants to connect. And so together it's saying, can you love without trying to own or possess? Can you speak without needing to define everything? This is the moment when beauty, it literally transcends the form that it came in. And then we add in a trine to Pluto. Now, I love all of this because all of these planets are talking together. They're in a harmonious aspect. Pluto is the lord of the underworld. It brings magnetism, depth, alchemy, all through dialogue. Pluto being the lord of the underworld and transformation, it's a sign of our collective innovation for our future vision. This is in the sign of Aquarius, and Pluto in Aquarius, it asks us all as a collective to evolve in how we connect with humanity. What does power look like? what does truth look like? It seeks liberation through radical honesty. With Venus and Gemini forming this trine here, we have all of these planets talking together in flowing supportive aspects. The Pluto energy, it becomes charged with depth and intensity, where words, they can become spells. Our conversations, they can reach into the soul and they can bring these long hidden truths to the light. This is not going to only include shallow flirtation. This is magnetic energy that comes through ideas. This is a time when what is said therefore becomes the catalyst for the lasting transformation. So you can expect to have these powerful conversations that alter how you see yourself and also how you see others by what you hear them say. A truth can be shared that really heals, or it can empower. There's this desire to bond deeply through our intellect or our shared purpose. Remember that Pluto, it rules death and rebirth. And so this is about transformation that comes through expression, how we speak ourselves into power. This is our divinity. The question becomes, are you willing to be truly, fully seen, even if it changes everything? Venus trining Pluto here asks, when you risk vulnerability, you will therefore unlock truth. This combination is a beautiful weaving of your mind, your heart, your soul, and power. Venus in Gemini activates the lover archetype. It's curious, it's playful, it's seeking unity within the duality. Saturn in Aries, it channels the warrior builder in each of us, a call to take responsibility for what you desire. And Neptune becomes the spiritual trailblazer. There's this mystic with the fire that you have within your heart. Pluto in Aquarius, it reveals the truth teller, the alchemist, radical honesty, transforming society through transparency in what you reveal and what they are revealing. And together, this pattern, it tells a story that love, it begins with curiosity, it matures with commitment, and it deepens with empathy and transforms with truth. So at this time, with Venus entering into Gemini, it acts as this bridge between our mind and our soul with these harmonious aspects that it's having with Saturn and Neptune and Pluto. You are literally being invited to explore the full spectrum of yourself with love and connection, from the playful conversations that you have to grounded commitment, from gentle empathy to transformative honesty. This energy, it's asking you to show up both with your curiosity and with your courage. This lighthearted exchange, it can then evolve into something that's deeply rooted. That's what Pluto brings. The passing thought, it can hold the seed of something that's long lasting. If you have been yearning to express something meaningful, whether it's in your relationships or your partnerships or your creative work or your own inner dialogue, this is going to be your moment to speak it with both softness and power. This is going to be a time when the universe is literally handing you a pen and asks you to co-author a more aligned narrative for yourself. The beauty, it aligns within how you are blending things. Venus, she dances between intellect and heart. Saturn offers the container for real growth, the rings around it, the fence around the yard. Neptune infuses your words with soul. And Pluto demands that truth, it liberates you. You don't have to choose between dreaming and building, because this is not about play and purpose or light and shadow. At this time, everything can coexist. Let this energy move through you like music, honoring what's fleeting and what's anchoring you with what's true. And when you lean into the magic of conversation and in art and into the connection that you have with other people, you're not just relating to others, you are returning to yourself. A mantra for this can be, I honor my heart's truth through words that heal, love that transforms, and visions that inspire. So offerings this month, I offer private consultations at willowgracemystic.com. And if you're ready to work with the moon, check out my moon manifestation guide. There's a link down below. Definitely sign up for my newsletter. You can find out about all specials, early releases, anything that's happening. There's a link down below. And if you're interested in a community with like-minded individuals where we share, we learn, we grow, check out my Patreon. That is also down below. And I do have a special for all Cancerians. Celebrate your birthday with a special code of Cancer 10 at checkout. And additionally, I offer live astrology consultations right here every other Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can join live and get in the queue. Reserve your spot following the link below. I want to thank you for spending this time with me because your support, your comments, your energy, it is what keeps this channel and community thriving. If you're looking for more guidance that's tailored to your exact sign, definitely check out my video for all 12 zodiac signs because it is packed with insights that help you align with your month ahead with this transit.